Shadows of Evil is a great map, yes, of course we all know this. But what exactly makes this map so great? Every story needs a set of characters. One of those characters being Jessica Rose, a seamlessly dangerous nightclub dancer, dirty cop Jackie Vincent, boxer Floyd Campbell, and finally the one and only world famous magician Nero Blackstone. Now, how exactly does the story affect gameplay? And of course, if you don't know, you've probably been living under a rock. But of course, these characters pertain to the protagonist, the Shadow Man. Now, we'll get into the Shadow Man a little bit later, but these characters and their story do pertain to the one and only Beast Mode. The Beast Mode allows the player to unlock certain things around the map, such as power, breaking obstacles, and of course looking absolute baller. You mainly use this to unlock all 4 districts. But other than that, it serves no purpose besides reviving players, and of course the Easter egg. Now, exactly how do you open up those other districts? Well, of course you use the summoning key.
Now, unless you live under a rock or you're just bored out of your mind and have nothing else to do but listen to my sexy voice, the summoning key is used in a multitude of areas. Of course, that being the Canal District, which of course you sacrifice Jackie Vincent's partner and collect the Gate Worm. These Gate Worms are used to eventually open up the Pack-a-Punch and start and complete the Easter egg, but we'll get into that later. You also go in the Footlight District, the Waterfront District, and of course Easy Street, where you complete Nero Blackstone's ritual. From what I've said so far, Shadows of Evil sounds a little bit more complex than your average map. Now, this may be the case, but Shadows of Evil delivers and beats every other map in every other way. The first way, of course, is by atmosphere. This map is visually beautiful. Everything about this map just has a unique touch. I mean, genuinely, we've never had a city in Call of Duty Zombies, and for the first time, it is the best. Of course, the original cannot be topped. This city feels absolutely amazing, and it really immerses you, the player, even when you're casually playing. And of course, just mentioning the word playing, this map plays absolutely amazing. There are bosses, mini bosses, plenty of things to do, and also tons of opportunities to play your game different. I'm upgrading my sword right now, but that doesn't mean I have to do it next time or the next game. I can just maybe get the sword, or maybe just get to round 100 without getting the sword. The arena of Shadows of Evil is perfectly laid out. Every district feels equal and has a area which you could train in, camp in, and also use the Beast Mode. It's perfect because each player in a 4-player game could be in their own designated districts, or they could team up and play together. Shadows of Evil really does everything right gameplay wise, and it's why tons of people love it. Every area has the perfect amount of zombie spawns, and only spawns a specific amount, so the amount of zombies in an area doesn't feel overcrowded or too little. It's the perfect amount of cramped and the perfect amount of spacious, which really a lot of zombie maps do lack, or they have too much of. We see this in Moon being too spacious, and maps like Nuketown Zombies being too crowded. You could really go in any district and have the same experience, which makes this map overall just extremely fun. Anybody could hop in Shadows of Evil, beginner or veteran, and that's one reason I absolutely love it. You can intentionally make your game hard, or you can make it easy, which is another beautiful thing about this map. You can mindlessly shoot zombies and just have fun on this map, which I really adore, and some of the other maps, being complex, just force the player to do a lot of things that they really don't want to do. Shadows of Evil blends complexity and simple gameplay in a great way that makes it very optional for many players. Plus, you can't really beat the fact that this map has everything redone. I mean, we're talking round changing music, heavy metal to jazz. I mean, hell, even the perk jingles have their own custom sounds. I mean, can you really beat this Speed Cola jingle? Hell no, you cannot. Overall, I believe that Shadows of Evil cannot be topped in gameplay. It is absolutely amazing, and there's only a couple of maps that can compete with it. That being said, anybody could jump in this game, hence why I respect it so much. But another reason why I respect it so much is the high rounds. High rounds on Shadows of Evil can be one of the easiest or one of the hardest things to obtain. It can be done in about 3 or 4 hours, or it can be done in about 10 to 12. It all depends on your gobblegums, but what makes high rounds on this map so great is the Apothicon Servant. This one-hit monster of a beast absolutely will destroy any enemy on any round, as it has infinite damage, which is perfect for a high round game. Many other zombies maps do not have this, which make it extremely hard, which forces the player to use a trap because obviously there's no weapon that could kill the zombies after a specific round. High rounds are a big part of this gameplay section, mainly because high rounds are really what you're going for when you play this map. Let's be real here, you don't just hop into Shadows of Evil and play 20 minutes of it. Alright, so that leaves us with the Easter egg. The first step of the Easter egg is to obtain the 3 symbols via the gondola. With these symbols, you will be able to get the Apothecant sword, which that you can eventually use the soul boxes to obtain the sword. Now, it is pretty good. It is great. You could just use it for gameplay. This doesn't necessarily have to just be for the Easter egg, but you can also upgrade the sword. You can do this by going to the character's designated ritual site, picking up the egg, and then going to the ritual sites around the map. By doing this, you can kill 1 to 2 markers every round and then upgrade the sword with the final 5th ritual. After this, you can go back to the character's ritual site and then obtain the Apothecant sword that is upgraded. And the great thing about this step for the Easter egg is you can do it for the Easter egg, or you could just do it for gameplay reasons. And right after, you can go to Nero Blackstone's ritual room and raise the book, which is the next part in the Easter egg. The next step after the sword step is obviously the flag step. We all know this. With the flag step, you take the flag in the subway station and bring it around the map. You take the flag to the 2 lightning areas within each district, going about it 4 times until you complete it. In this process, it is a very difficult step. I'd probably say it is the hardest without Gobblegums and Black Ops 3. Within this step, you have to take down meatballs, the flying bugs, and also the Shadow Man. The part that makes this so difficult is the meatballs. They blow up and destroy the flag. They do an extreme amount of damage, with only about 5 to 6 having to blow up the flag. It's really difficult in solo, and I think everybody knows this, but if you have a group of 4 and some Gobblegums, you'll be good to go. After you do this, of course, you will finally be on the last step if you're playing solo, and the second to last step if you're on co-op. The last step that most people know is defeating the Shadow Man. Once you've completed the flag step, you go to the Pack-a-Punch room and start the ritual. To do this, you hold square on all the podiums and then shoot the Shadow Man. To do this quickly, everyone just uses the death machine. We all know this. Now wait, Benzer, everybody knows the Shadows of Evil Easter egg. Why'd you just waste a couple minutes explaining it? The reason why is because Shadows of Evil is a great Easter egg, hence why it makes it a great map as well. The Easter egg is almost alike to Mob of the Dead, with 4 random characters being put in circumstances that nobody could predict. It involves a player in a mystery, and the curious mind will have the most fun. Each character is paying for their own sins, and we see this with the Shadow Man tormenting them and also completing their rituals and killing their friends. The Shadows of Evil Easter egg has a good blend of complexity and also simplicity. It's an extremely easy and also yet a hard Easter egg at the same time. If you don't know what you're doing, this is going to be one of the most confusing, and if it's your 100th time, it's going to be the easiest. The Easter egg isn't too hard, it's not too easy. It's the perfect length that has the perfect steps, besides maybe the book, but it's relatively easy, and when you're going for high rounds and you get the upgraded sword, you're almost halfway done. Some could complain that it could be a little bit longer, but personally, I think that it is one of the best Easter eggs to do. It doesn't take too long, and it isn't too fast. The lore behind it as well just adds to the cherry on top and really give this map something to do besides just play. I really enjoy it, and it sets the tone in motion for Black Ops 3, which without we wouldn't have. But enough about main Easter egg. What about side ones? Shadows of Evil is jam-packed with side Easter eggs. We have some that aren't even discovered yet. The first one that comes to mind is the Donut Trip Mine Easter egg. This Easter egg is fairly simple. You go to 3 carts around the map, either having donuts or the cakes. You kill 1 zombie on each one, which can be relatively hard depending on what round you are, but once you complete this, you are granted donut or cake mines. It's a really simple Easter egg, yet really fun, and I think it just adds, I don't know, kind of just funness to the map. I mean, you have confetti donuts that just explode everywhere with pink confetti. You could even see on the ground little donuts that are just sitting there because they blew up in a zombie's face and killed them. I don't know, it's little things like this that really make me like zombies and really just give it something to do rather than just a main Easter egg. Overall, a really cool Easter egg. The next side Easter egg we have is the Noir mode in Shadows of Evil. In the boxing room, this can be done fairly simply. All you have to do is shoot a little photo, kneel, and then shoot another one, and you're granted Noir mode. Now, you may not like black and white, but this really sets the tone for Shadows of Evil. They really could have made this map just in black and white, and it would make much sense as color, if not even more. Really fun, really cool. The next side Easter egg that comes to mind is the upgrades for little Arnie's. This is a really fun Easter egg that is relatively relatively easy because mainly if you're going for high rounds, the little Arnie's are naturally going to get more than 100 kills. To do this, all you have to do is get 100 kills with little Arnie's, which is relatively simple. Just play the map and you'll eventually get them. After you get those 100 kills, you have to go to 3 specific parts in the map to gain the top hat, cane, and tie, which you can look up. I'm not going to sit here and explain, but it is something that you can do. You get all 3 of these little throws and you will be granted access to the little Arnie upgrades. Now, to get the actual upgrade though is to go to the burlesque and activate the podium. Once you do this, you will have a dancing little Arnie on the screen, which we have never seen anything like this before, making it one of the coolest side Easter eggs we've ever seen. And of course, it's on Shadows of Evil. All zombies will ignore you during this process, which is much more fun than just having to run around and use killing time. A little Arnie upgrade, which sure beats other upgrades like stabs and bows. Personally, I just love this upgrade because it's just so much fun to do, and you get a little cutscene. I'm not sure if you'd call this a side Easter egg, but I'm going to include it here. We have the Apothecon Servant, the one, the only, the beast, the legend. This one-hit kill maniac machine will destroy any zombie on any round. It really will save your life. It is the perfect innovation of the Thunder Gun. It makes it 10 times better and makes this map so much easier for high rounds and the Easter egg. It's overall something fun to use and just play with, as they even reintroduced it in Revelations as well. And unfortunately, this would have a upgraded part in this section, but unfortunately it was taken out due to Revelations. They didn't want to upgrade it Apothecon Servants. But that covers it for side Easter eggs. As you can tell, this map is loaded with them. It is an extreme amount of fun. This has been the Shadows of Evil analysis. I hope you have enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, all that cool nonsense. And if you made it far, you deserve a cookie and I love you. And if you want to see more of these, make sure you comment it below. But other than that, I will see you gamers in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya.